You can roll me one.
No, I can't do it.
I'm always rolling you.
I know, but well, roll your own one.
Welcome
to That's Just Ridiculous.
Do I ever say that to you?
Welcome to That's Just Ridiculous.
If you say to me, roll me a fact, do I ever say...
With Paul Fryer.
And wanker.
And what?
Mr. Guy Kennaway. Will you note that for the record, everybody? Mister. Not Sir, not Lord, not Baron.
No, absolutely not.
Do you know what you are, Guy?
No,
A commoner.
that's okay. Right.
Say it.
I'm a commoner.
God, you should see his face.
The thing is that I am
Pabs
a
has come
commoner.
in. Hello,
But
Pabs.
it's just
Welcome
that-
to the pod.
Hello, Pab.
Welcome to the pod, Pabs.
What's he doing? He's
Licking his nuts.
He's not.
He is. He does that.
He's not.
He can do it.
He's not. He's grooming himself.
Licking his... Do you know Pabs is in great shape at the minute?
My God, he looks
He's
sleek.
He's got no lesions on him.
He looks
He's got
sleek.
no bad stuff, no skin condition at all.
And I have to say that's down to Paul.
Not even a bit of rash.
Because he was in a terrible shape.
He's a
when I looked
super
after him.
sleek machine.
Yeah. He's a panther.
He is a panther in a dinner suit.
Yeah.
We might post a picture of Pabs
Hey, yeah, let's do that.
for you all to see,
Do
because we know that
that.
you,
Podcat.
that some of you, the
Podcat.
podcat,
The podcast.
like that guy.
And the thing is that
That's quite witty for you,
Pab
that.
does actually make noises, but we cannot get him to do it.
Can't get them on the.
Hey, I
it's
tell
so
you what,
subtle.
let's attach him. Let's give him a.
What the fuck's that? He's just bitten off himself.
Let's give him a chest mic.
Should we give him one?
Let's give him a mic. He'll right?
He does this.
Yeah, he does. When you open the door, it goes.
And in the morning,
He sounds like Vanessa.
in the morning,
He sounds like Vanessa.
in the morning, have you seen what he does in the morning?
Oh God, I don't.
He kind of just opens his mouth and does this kind of
Have you been
shape,
sleeping with him?
and the shape says "Good morning."
Paul.
You know, Guy, it's possible to sleep with somebody and not have sex with them.
Yes, it most certainly is.
Yeah, not that you. It's called. Do you know what it's called? That guy.
The weather's windy today. And it's,
Oh, don't start on about the fucking weather
and
again,
the wind,
Guy.
The wind.
Guy.
The wind scares me.
Guy.
The wind scares me.
Naff off with the weather.
Okay.
What about just got back from the Windy City? The Windy City is mighty pretty, but late. Got what I've got. What about all that?
Well, what's he got?
I don't fucking
The
know.
Windy City hasn't got.
The Windy City. Do you know what it is? The Windy City.
Chicago.
Chicago, a daddly bomb. Have you ever been there?
Is it the same song?
No.
All right.
The first one's. From,
Never been to Chicago.
I've never been there. Wind horrifies me.
That's what I said, and you should stop talking about the weather. It's
Darlings, wind horrifies me, actually.
terrifying.
Guys, no, stop.
terrifying.
Guy, please don't speak for a moment. Just listen to the wind, the howling wind, the wind of time, the empty wind of your soul, the wind howling through the gap between your mind and reality. Guy, this is loneliness.
Yes.
This is sadness.
Yes.
This is horror.
Yes. The abyss.
The abyss.
Yawning.
The howling abyss.
I like snow.
Are we talking about the fucking weather?
Okay, let's move on.
So, Guy, I was going to ask you, I've got a question for you.
Shoot.
Do you think, Guy, that everybody could learn
Pass me the bottle.
from a spell in jail?
No, I don't think that's a good thing to do. I mean, we're all in prison, aren't we? So, but
What is that prison?
our fears and our desires and our limitations
Yes.
and the cruel world, the jailer,
Yeah.
which is life.
And then eventually,
The jail.
old age, disease,
Right,
disappointment,
right. No parole.
loneliness.
Bangs you up, it gets...
The grinding horror of reality, Guy.
Right. Should we perk this pot up?
Guy!
Our last listener.
No, do you know what I'm saying? Fuck you!
You're saying that to the bars, aren't
To
you?
death, to the bars, to the horror. Fuck you!
One thing I would be, if I got to prison, I'd be in charge of the escape committee.
Yeah, definitely. I am already.
Kennaway.
We are the escape committee, Kennaway.
We're the escape committee.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, chaps.
Can I get Ginger to dig a tunnel?
Ginger's-
They want to dig a tunnel. I'm sorry, Ginger, you can't dig a tunnel.
Ginger's come up with a marvellous invention involving a whisk that he's stolen from the. What's
guard.
this? That's amazing. Anyway, and we've got several other
We
ideas.
fashioned an aeroplane, but actually they made a glider in Colditz, didn't they?
They did make a glider.
They made a glider in Colditz.
or
No, they made a glider and they
Gilda.
glided out. They glid.
They glided.
They glided out of.
Did they actually glide out on a glider?
Well, to be honest, I can't remember the movie.
What would be the equivalent for us trapped in the black iron prison of consciousness to glide out of the misery of life, Guy? What could we fashion?
Drugs.
No, Guy, not
Glide out of prison. I'm going to glide out of Colditz.
LSD.
I'm going to glide out of Colditz on this
LSD.
baby. That's it. That's how you glide out of Colditz.
Out of consciousness, the Colditz consciousness.
No, but that is a council of despair.
What is that smoking shit, by the way, Guy, that you've made at
Just a
that
cigarette.
bonfire at that end of it? We're sitting in Guy's living room today, or his sitting
The
room.
light is fading around us.
What are you with, Guy? Sitting room or living room?
Sitting room.
What are you with? Settee or sofa?
Sofa.
What are you with? Scone or scone?
Scone.
What are you with? Cock or knob? Knob head or dick end?
Neither.
Where do you go with that guy?
Where?
Do you think these are class significant?
They used to be, but they're not really anymore because we don't like my mother was she grew up in the lower middle class and they were very much trying to get into the upper middle class
wonder what your mum's got to say about this.
with a long with a longing to get anywhere near the upper classes, and so they made a big fuss about things like toilet and loo and serviette and napkin, which of course to me are utterly, completely unimportant, but they meant a lot to them.
And I'll fucking chin you.
No, that's
And would you do mind awfully?
you come
Things
from,
like that, Guy.
you come from-
Class signifiers.
Thing is that you grew up in your
Get
family.
your fucking dog off my garden.
To be fair,
I say, would you mind awfully?
because you see, you grew up in a family with basically what were you working with? About 14 words
You're
between
awfully nice.
you. You
Get away.
You had about 14 words between you, and you did everything with like maybe 40.
If I have to get up, fuck help you. If I have to get out of this chair, you're gonna fucking pay. So put in your lip.
You did the whole thing on grunts and about 14 words.
No, Guy, I had a vocabulary.
Say that again.
I still have. I think you might find a vocabulary.
Command of the
I have a
English
command of the English language, dear boy.
envied by
My
many.
mother thought I was the devil's child.
So she knew early.
My mother said, I said, Mother, why did you beat me?
Oh,
And she
did
said,
she?
She said, yes.
Did she beat all of you or just you?
She beat me
Was it-
with objects and like.
No, I don't mean did she beat all of your body. I meant did she beat other people as well?
What are you talking about?
Well, I said
Which
all,
do you think she went around having
did she
fights?
beat all of you? I meant all of the family. Did she hit everyone?
Oh, me and my brother, but me the most.
Right, I can. Yeah.
She used to thump me quite a lot. And I said, Mum, why did you do that? And she said, because by the time you were 3, you had a bigger vocabulary than I did. And my mother was not stupid.
15 words.
My mother wasn't stupid, Guy. It's just what she's fucking step. What can I throw at him? And I said,
Violence is never the answer.
I
Paul.
said, Mummy, oh yes, it is, Guy. I said, Mummy, why did you beat me so? Mummy, I said, Mama, mate,
you
darling,
know,
why did you beat me so? And she said, because, dear boy, by the time you were 3, you had a bigger vocabulary than I did. And I said, and she said, I thought you were the devil's child, she said. And I said, Mum, that wasn't because I was the devil's child. That was because you were brought up 2 rooms in Ireland and you drew water from a well. You had no electricity. But the biggest difference was...
Off grid.
Yeah, they were
Sounds
off-grid.
quite cool.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants now. The biggest difference was the television, you see. I had the television. So, of course, I had a bigger vocabulary than she did. The television was programming me every day.
Right. Because they say now if your kids watch television, they get a very low vocabulary.
Well, that's the thing. It's
They
gone
say
the
you
other
should
way.
talk to them.
Too far the other way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. What,
But I was watching University Challenge and shit like that, you see.
so you had this huge vocabulary. You were
Oh, you think that's funny, don't you?
You were burdened
You know, think about
by
you.
this erudition.
Think about you, Guy.
Luckily, I
Think about you, Guy.
managed to move amongst.
You are here because of what happened to you. I'm here in spite of what happened to me.
Right, okay.
There's a fucking big difference.
Oh, okay.
Don't you forget it.
Right. I'm unlikely to, as he repeats that about every time he gets drunk. He
Guy,
shouts
there's
it, but he puts his nose about 2 inches from mine.
That's not even true, Guy.
Screams
Don't
at
say
me.
that. That's not true because you wouldn't put up with that.
No, no, I wouldn't. Actually.
You stopped me from bashing people. You said it's not fair to do
No,
that.
no, there was no violence in my household whatsoever. That's not true. I've probably smacked once or twice, but not really. I never really. There's no violence in my household.
Right.
Have you ever killed a person? You can say.
No, not physically.
Well, in that case, I think we're clear then.
Yeah.
Yeah, my client.
Not yet.
My client is not.
Not yet.
It's not signing the confession.
But Guy,
You would never kill me.
I wouldn't kill you.
I need you.
We
You
talked
need
about
me.
this a few
You
weeks
need me
ago.
too much.
I'm never going to kill you,
You need
Guy.
me.
I'd like to think that you and I would keep each other alive, even in the aftermath of a major
A nuclear holocaust.
Armageddon.
We'd be like.
Me and you
We'd
would
be okay.
So it would be
out
like
there.
Mad Max.
Yeah,
We'd be have our leather gear on.
Yeah, leather gear and goggles.
Yeah. What do they call those things that you put your balls in, like a cricket box,
And there's some
sprayed
girls,
black.
girls with very short skirts.
No, Guy, wait
Leather.
a minute. There are no girls in the aftermath. Only.
What do you mean? They were in Mad Max.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not girls anymore. They've turned into mutants. Usually vampiric.
Miserable picture you're painting after the
Well, it's
Holocaust.
not going to be nice, Guy. If we allow this to happen, it will make The Road by Cormac McCarthy look like a Disney movie. Because what will actually happen is it won't just be like us wandering across the endless like muck heap. Everything will be hostile.
What do you mean?
Swarms of killer mosquitoes.
How do you ever kill a mosquito?
Just if 300 of them get on you at once and suck you dry in about 30 seconds.
Oh, it sounds quite horny.
It's disgusting. Anyway, me and Guy.
I'd like to wipe that from
me
the
and
record.
Guy.
I'd like to
What
wipe-
happens is we get on our bikes.
Oh, we got bikes, have we?
No, we haven't push bikes because there's no petrol.
No, can't we go and find some?
And we go out across the. Have you seen the Bed Sitter Room by Spike Milligan?
No.
Where after the nuclear holocaust, this guy comes past on a bicycle held up by balloons, and he's the warden, and it's just basically like it's a wreck heap. And then, but the problem is that our hero, which is Spike Milligan, unfortunately, due to the effects of radiation, is mutating into a bed sitter room.
Is this a movie?
Yeah. And Spike Milligan in the movie,
And is it in any way convincing?
he mutates into a bed sitter room.
Because we just call it a bed sitter. You
Guy,
don't have to put room on it.
it's called the bed sitter room. He mutates into one room, not the whole bed sitter.
Okay.
God,
But there's a bed and a cooker in it.
watch the movie, for God's sake. I mean, can't you be bothered with anything?
No.
You are, literally, Guy. Do you just want me to tell you everything so you don't have to go out or do anything?
But I don't think you should really chase after culture. I think that is a mistake.
Obviously.
I'll tell you why. Because what you'll then do is you will then select what your culture is. Whereas I think culture is something that should come towards me. So I stay in one place, and what comes towards me, I say, is the culture.
What, like, so put on, like, I don't know,
So, for instance,
Kylie Minogue's new album.
Well, in a way, if I'm walking down Shaftesbury Avenue, where there's a lot of plays on, really the thing that I see about that culture is the homeless people and the out of town.
Well, exactly.
And
The last thing I'm going to do is look at the...
and the drunks, and that says more about Britain. And in a way, it's better theatre for me. Not better theatre, but it's a different kind of theatre.
Have you ever
than
been to the
actually going-
theatre, Guy?
I love it. I love the
Do you
theatre.
like the theatre?
And I'd love to go with you to the theatre. But I really enjoy the theatre. I do not go very often.
Do you really like it?
I've never...
Have you ever seen a Pinter play at the theatre?
Yeah, of course I have.
Appalling, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic.
God, it's so bad.
We've got-
I saw that Death of a Salesman once. I just wanted
That's
to
not
boo.
Pinter. That's not Pinter. Sorry.
Who's that then? Harold.
No, it's Arthur Miller. But
Oh no, it wasn't him. It was the other one, the
Well, no.
Pinter one.
Well, it's not.
I wanted to
Pinter
boo.
did not write.
I did want to boo, Guy. Do you know what the only thing I don't like?
Caretaker you're talking about.
You're not allowed. Yeah. You're not.
which one
Yeah,
was
the
it?
caretaker.
Was it the caretaker?
You're not allowed to boo at the theatre.
Well, I think you can.
No, you're not.
Well, who's stopping you?
They would kill you.
I'm going to kill you.
The other theatre goers would turn on you.
The only death in the theatre is on the stage.
Guy,
I
what do you
died
think would
last
happen
night.
if you started to boo?
Well, I think in the middle, everyone would go, "Hey, just give them a chance. We're all paid our money. Just let's listen to them."
Shut up. They don't start saying shut up.
Yeah, but if at the end you stood up and booed, I
Where's
think
the freedom in that then?
it's not. Well, I tell you what, I'd really like to do is to take
what-
you to
that's
No
what I
Man's
mean,
Land.
it's
To take you
not.
to No Man's Land because that is a great, fantastic.
What is
2
that?
hours.
No Man's Land.
Yeah, it's a play by Harold Pinter. A couple of old codgers, a bit like you.
Do you like a little bit of Pinter?
Yeah, I think No Man's Land is absolutely beautiful. Caretaker, less so.
Where do you stand on Beckett?
To me, too slow.
I love a bit of Beckett.
Too
mate.
slow because even Waiting for Godot, I saw Waiting for Godot at the Citizens. I don't know if it was Ian McKellen.
I like that one where it's just a mouth.
Oh, to me, absolutely. That's so up its
Man,
arse.
the glory hole.
No. I
called?
like some character. I like a bit of narrative.
I like the mouth that's
There's
just going.
not enough
What?
narr- there's just-
What? Who? Where? Where? I'm a what? What? And it's like that
Yeah, to me.
for about an hour.
Yeah, to me, that's fine for a minute.
See, that to me is fucking theatre.
But you said you hate theatre and you never go there.
Exactly. Why would you go there?
You can't sustain
when
an
there's
argument.
a mouth,
You can't sustain an argument.
Guy.
But a good. I
You've just walked
like a
into
good
that.
one where the curtain opens and there's a drawing room with like French windows,
Yeah, I love
2
that.
doors, a table with a telephone on it, and and a man reading a newspaper. And you think,
That's Pinter.
That's not Pinter. That's
So Pinter, that.
Terence Rattigan, or Agatha Christie, a proper.
Oh, you mean that
good-
kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Nice old fashioned. But actually,
The
No Man's
39
Land-
steps, something like that.
No Man's Land is a drawing room in Hampstead with 2 men sitting there.
What about
They've just come back from the pub.
What do you think about those
Great,
Norwegians?
they've just come back from the pub.
The
It opened.
Norwegians, like
Ibsen.
Ibsen. What about him?
Can't talk about Ibsen, but I love Chekhov. I know he's
What
Russian.
about Ibsen though? Such a.
Hardly seen.
It's so miserable, Guy. Have you ever been to an Ibsen play?
I'm sure I have.
I thought I was miserable
is the
until I
Iceland
saw.
Cometh?
I thought I was miserable till I saw that.
No,
A Doll's House.
trust me, you are
Fuck
miserable.
me, no,
Trust
Guy.
me, you are
Honestly,
miserable.
I thought I would. The guy must have cut his own cock off or something to be that miserable. Must have stamped on himself every day.
Could you roll me a cigarette, please?
It was horrible, Guy. It was so sad and miserable, and
All right, give me a glass.
in
of
the
champagne.
end, I just thought, you know what,
Wait.
mate, you should have just done something else.
Okay, right. Well, the thing is, listener,
He was Norwegian.
Is that Paul's?
Guy, don't start trying to undermine my opinion.
No, I'm not. I'm just
have
saying,
your own opinion. Why don't you have your own opinion instead of undermining mine? Why don't you just say, well, that's fine. This is what I think about Ibsen.
Right, okay. I can't talk about Ibsen, but I can
Well,
talk
don't
about
then.
I can talk
But
about
don't
Chekhov.
undermine my
I
opinion
can
about
talk
him.
about Chekhov.
If you can't talk about him, well, let's talk about Chekhov then. I like Chekhov. Let me start. I'll start the ball rolling. He was by far, one of the most interesting characters on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise.
You bloody fool. Why am I doing this pod? I'm sorry, I'm resigning. I
you.
thought for a moment.
There you go, you see.
I thought for
Do you know
a
what that
moment.
is, Guy?
we were
That's
gonna
the
have a
equivalent.
talk about-
That's the equivalent of what you just did to me.
About Russian.
That's the equivalent of what you
about
just did to
Russian
me.
plays
That's the equivalent of what you
before
just
the
did to me
revolution.
when you said, "Oh, the thing about Paul and Ibsen." Now you know what it feels like. Go on then. Let's hear you talk about Chekhov. They don't know, Captain. It's life, but we're not as we know it. But it's not like Russia,
You
Captain.
rubbish. I can't continue this debate.
Come on now, come on.
Okay, once again, can I put a call out for anyone who's thinking
Ding dong.
of doing a podcast,
Yes.
looking for someone?
Yeah,
to
anybody
pod
else who
with?
wants this miserable position, please come and relieve me of it, because I have to look after him. Do you know what it's like? It's really like being a slave. It's unremittingly grim, Guy.
What?
Let's tell the truth about my position
What is your
in this
position?
podcast.
What do you mean?
I'm an underling.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because what's happened is guys
Excellent. I didn't think
acting
you'd
out
realised.
the positions of the
I
north-south divide.
I didn't think you'd
It's
realise.
basically modern-day slavery.
I didn't think you'd
If there are any police listening to this, please come and rescue me. I am being held here against my will, made to talk shit with this toff. Well, he's not even a toff. He thinks he's a toff.
I'm not-
As
I
we
do not
established,
think I'm a toff.
he's a commoner.
Exactly.
He's a commoner.
For my amusement.
Guy,
Say something more about your. I love it about something colourful about your childhood.
okay, we used to have a thing called
Something
Mischievous Night, which was the night before Bonfire Night.
Sorry, so hold on. We'll up. What did you call it?
Mischievous
It's
Night.
called mischievous.
Mischievous Night, it was called, on the night, not mischievous.
How quick.
Mischievous Night. We have a thing.
Mischievous
We have a thing. We call
What
it
did you used to
Mischievous
do?
Night.
Did you used to go down to the pub and have a
Shut
fight?
up and listen.
Steal money from your parents?
No, we were. I was only 10 or 8 or something.
Was it?
And
And now you got a special beating.
no, what we used to do is we used to put. We used to go out and like do things to people to frighten them in the night, like people like you, Guy. So, for instance, what we'd do is we'd hang a piece of thread from your window with a coin attached to a longer piece of thread, and we'd pull it like that. So we'd go tap 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 on your window, and you'd open the curtains, and there'd be nobody there. And then we would go tap 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 on the door.
How wonderful.
And you would come to the door, and there'd be nobody there. And then we'd do. Well, then what we'd do is we'd do a shit into a piece of
brown paper
tissue
bag.
paper, and we'd put it on the doorstep and light it and tap 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 on the door. And you'd come out in your carpet slippers and see something alight on your doorstep and stamp it out.
I wouldn't. I'd come out with my gun and shoot you.
No, Guy, you wouldn't.
Then
You're
I'd get my man to clear up.
the air rifle. You could shoot us with your air rifle.
No.
You never had the fun of Mischievous Night.
No, because we didn't need to, because we had plays and books and conversation. We'd listen to Radio 3
Jesus.
and Schubert.
Schubert's really shit. You didn't have to listen to Schubert, did you?
We had a lot of classical music.
Schubert's really boring.
When I grew up, we did have a lot of music in my household. I don't have so much myself because, as you know, I only like to listen to 4 records again and again and again.
That's right. It's true.
It's actually bonkers. Why? Once you've got 5 records that you like, why on earth would you go for a 6th?
I'm having a wee now. Excuse me.
All right, okay. I'll hold the fort while he's gone off.
demanding food.
He's got no.
No, he's just pissed off, look. He's giving me the symbols.
What's that?
That quick.
It's let's go and get something to eat.
It's like, come on, what the fuck are you doing? All right, Pablo, he's nodding.
Paul's gone off now to feed the cat and have a pee. And it's time now for me to say to everybody that I'm a little bit concerned about Paul's... He's come back in. No, his financial position. His financial position, which is precarious. And I know that people have suggested GoFundMe, or GoFund him it would be in this case, but I don't know if we'd get many contributions. So I'm thinking of some other way of monetizing Paul, because otherwise it could be desperate. It could be absolutely desperate. And I'm thinking of renting him out for parties or for any social gatherings, and he will come. And in consideration of a small sum, he'll come and liven up your party, liven up your, even possibly liven up your relationship. You could have him round, and he keeps chatter, light and fun. You have to. You can't. He can't do more than a couple of hours before things get maudlin and drunken, and after 4 hours, there's a danger of violence, of course. But given those parameters, I think that a fee of about £150 would be appropriate, and it would help. Would go to a good cause, and it would cheer him up hugely. Hey, he's back in the room now. Well done, Paul. Come on, let's get podding.
So, Guy,
No. Pick up your microphone. You can't talk to me. You can't talk to me without your microphone on.
mash up the place.
How was the cat feed?
Cat was good. He loves his food.
Great.
He's really happy. So, Guy, anyway, more importantly than the weather or the cat food or whether I've got a nice shirt on, what about, Guy?
Oh yeah.
Where are we going next?
Who cuts your hair?
Bob Geldof's barber. Fuck you, asshole. No one cuts my fucking
Are you
hair.
thinking? I know you're going to town this week. Would you think of taking in a haircut on the?
No.
I think it might be.
No, Guy.
I think it might be a wise precaution if you're planning on.
I'm meeting a business associate, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't care what they think of me. One thing I've learned long ago, Guy.
Yeah, tell me.
Is that trying to please business associates is a total waste of time.
Yeah, you've got to be yourself, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, man.
You've got to be yourself.
Got to be yourself.
Yeah. Turn up.
Guy, what about you? Are you like that? Are you cavalier in your business dealings?
I hardly have any business dealings, but I think it's. I try and have a bath.
Where do you fucking get off?
What did I say?
Where do you get off talking about me like that when I'm not in the room?
It was quite good.
Why?
Well, no, you've got.
Why do you even do
They
it?
know it's called irony, Paul.
Oh,
And
irony,
the thing
no.
is that when you're, and I'm not. This is not for the pod.
Do you think I wasn't listening?
I'm being absolutely serious with you. The reader, the
reader.
listener, just listen to me. Listen to me. Just don't interrupt me for a moment. And I'm serious. The listener can see right through what I'm saying, and that's being a good narrator. Is that you say one thing, but you know that they're hearing something completely different.
Is that what you
And
think
when
you're doing?
Of course it is.
Is that what you think you're doing?
Of course it is. And they're laughing at me. They're laughing at me. Don't you see that?
Are they laughing at you? Or
Yes,
they're
totally.
I love the fact that you think they're laughing at all.
They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me, going, "Oh, that idiot pompous guy."
Don't laugh at me, because I'm a fool.
I don't mind people laughing at me in the slightest, but and that is what it's about. And any narration is about that. It's about setting up a line, but you know your reader is seeing it from a different angle. That's what good writing is. It's easy. So when I say all that stuff, Paul, I'm absolutely they're thinking that fucking idiot guy.
That's sweet.
He's on his little.
So you don't mean it? Is that what you're saying?
And they know I don't.
Do you don't mean any of that?
No, of course I don't.
I'm putting this on. This is going on.
Great.
That you don't mean it.
Definitely. Well, the thing is that it's like.
Guy, are you breaking the fourth wall?
In a way, I was that, but I don't think you need to.
What do you mean you don't think I need to?
Well, you think that they.
I love the fact that you know what the people are thinking that were listening to this.
Well, because I've been a writer.
How arrogant
I've been a
you are.
writer for 30 years, and I know about that, and I read all the time, and I can see that the writer goes down there, but he's knowing that people are.
This isn't writing.
It's very like it.
Oh my God, the arrogance of the man.
It's very like it. It's very like it because it's got.
Do you
it's,
burp in your books? Guy, this isn't writing. This is talking.
But it's like a drama that we're setting up here, Paul.
It's not a drama.
It is because it is being seen from the outside
Guy, this
at the
is
same
mental.
time as it's going on.
Is he doing your head in? The cat just gave me a look, like.
Because the cat appreciates fine.
So let me get this straight.
Discourse.
You think that you're manipulating the people that are listening to this?
Well, it's not so much manipulating. You could say manipulating, but I would say more like teasing and having fun and entertaining them by setting up one thing, but they can clearly see that it's something else. It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's what you think is happening.
Yeah, it's when you walk into a room with cream all over your face and say, "Is there anything on my face?" It's
No, you just don't. You're not aware of it. That's the gag, isn't it?
Well,
When you're not aware.
there are all sorts of ways to play it. But it's funny, I should say, there's nothing on my face, is there? Because then you draw attention to it. If you don't say anything, then they're likely to think, "Oh my God, poor fuck, he hasn't realised
It
it."
was like Dead Man's Shoes the other day when he was like he had that stuff on his face. He didn't know that it had been made up. Like
Yeah, but they drew attention to it. This is really what I'm saying. Is it was much funnier when they said, what did he say? It's all gone. It's all gone. And he said something else.
It's all gone now.
Did he say, was it just now?
It's all gone now.
It made it much funny. It made it much
Funny.
It made it much
Fucking
funnier.
funny,
Made it
yeah,
much
it's all
funnier.
gone now.
Yeah, exactly. When they try with them, trying to make it okay.
Trying to smooth it over.
Yeah, and it's a great bit of characterisation all around.
Smoothing
that.
things over
And
is
that
funny, isn't
really
it?
You saw their characters there. You saw that they were trying to pacify him. They knew him to be a kind of idiot, weird, vain person. But
And violent.
But they wanted to sort of say, it's all gone now. It's
He was
all,
violent.
Yeah, that wasn't about violence that particular
He
moment.
shot his mate through the head with a rifle.
I know that was accidental. He was aiming for the other one.
He was still going to kill someone.
Yeah, but still, he's violent. Yeah, definitely was violent. But he only shot his mate accidentally. He's also an idiot.
Yeah, a complete fucking wanker.
And actually, that scene didn't work. It was one of the many scenes that was so close but didn't work because had he shot his mate accidentally, he could easily have shot the other guy.
He could have shot him getting out of the car. It would have been better, and they'd have driven off there and then.
It just didn't make sense, that scene. It was that not it, but you, as you said, they were really pushed for time, and trying to set that up is very complex. Where he could only get one shot. And
This is the problem with improvisation, Guy, and it's,
Whereas Ridley would have storyboarded it so clearly that his head came out, one head came out, the angle was such that you could only, he could only get one shot, and it would be completely understood. Great film director. We had a night actually watching film directors talk about films. It was really good fun.
That was nice, wasn't it? Anyway,
Where are we?
I want to say something about... by the way, thank you all for sending in your suggestions of the theme tune. I'm still not sure why we have this. It's all right, but let's put it this way. The suggestions have not been that great. We're going to review them next week. But keep them coming. And we want to see more suggestions for a new theme tune. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sat on the stand.